One.
Look at you.
And welcome once again. This is episode Bam 5.
Oh my God, we did it at the same time.
We finally filled a hand, if you will.
Yes.
A
Yeah, I
hand is
know.
filled.
I didn't even realize we were on 4 last time. I thought this would have been 4, so I'm already impressed.
Yeah.
We've already got one more, and I didn't even realize it. Um, Friday was fun with Truly. I'm truly in love.
And I'm truly impressed that it was as good as I thought it was.
It wasn't. I don't know if it was because of the combination or if it
Uh,
was
of
for whatever.
herbal vitamins in Truly.
Yeah, but I also feel like that the seltzer with the
Hmm.
effervescence,
Yes.
it
Which,
kind
by
of
the
like,
way, should be its own special word.
yeah,
Effervescence.
effervescence. Yeah, I was thinking about that, but then I wanted to talk about the effervescency. So it couldn't be. But it does qualify to be on a list such as. But you don't think that it being like
No.
carbonated or
Oh,
something like
oh yeah.
it, because it, I mean, and it wasn't, I believe I
It
said it
makes you
was like
burp too.
a light fluffy buzz. Like I didn't feel
Yeah.
just enough
It,
where it was like, all right, I can dig.
it wasn't crazy. It was a nice happiness to it,
It was a
which is
nice
good.
enrichment. we
Yes.
we fortified and
A
it came
little je ne sais quoi.
absolutely. So that was fun. Um, that was a good test to see that we both liked it. I want
Oh,
definitely though next time, like maybe midway through the Trulies when everything just seems so funny and amazing. That's when I want to call
okay.
maybe a product hotline and ask questions. But I would really love to talk to the people at Truly because I'm sure like we could just be like, oh my God, truly love you. You're awesome. But if not, there's
we
others.
can.
There's plenty of others to
I was going to
call.
say we could put up a poll, but it would just be us voting right now. So
Right.
it's kind of
So
pointless. We might as well figure it out right now.
the point is that pretty much everything, if you look, has that 800 number on. And I'm just curious, like that call center or that person behind it,
Yeah.
uh, are they just sitting
What's
there
their
waiting?
job like?
Yeah,
Yeah.
are they waiting for us to call? Because then, I want to,
We should ask them, like, what's the dumbest question you've ever been asked?
yeah,
Oh, you know what though? I just realized something that may be a
ruin
problem.
that. Hmm.
Yeah, I might be a ruiner.
Okay.
I think it's illegal to record someone's voice and then post it without them
Fucker.
knowing. We could
What?
ask them, do you mind if we record this call and post it online?
For
Chances are it's going to
quality,
be
for quality
the
purposes.
assurance. Yeah, for trading purposes and quality assurance. I mean, 99% of the time, I'm assuming that by company policy, they'll have to decline that. But
What if you just put it on speaker?
either way, it's still a recorded conversation.
We're not
I
using
don't know.
it
We'll look
in
into it.
court.
Well, no, I know it's not for legal purposes, but I'll see. Um,
When you said
I'll look into
5%,
it.
ma'am, you were being recorded, okay? Just so you know. So,
I'll
all
look
right.
into it.
So, we'll have to look
Yeah,
into that. Whatever.
yeah. But
Otherwise,
I
then
love the idea though. Well,
I
then
want to
the
just be
next
able to
game we
talk
came
to
up with.
someone.
Yeah, I mean, we could
Oh,
always call your sister, but that could be a big cluster.
yeah, that can go in a bad
Multiple
direction
ways.
really quick. But wait, there was the other game too. The Just Kidding News Not.
Yes, I
Digging on
like
that.
that.
That is an expansion on the game that I think I briefly touched on, the sleeping or dead subway car games that we used to play
Correct.
pre-COVID.
Which you sent me a video this week, and unfortunately, I
It
never
was
got
the
to see
day
the
we were
body.
we were talking about this that day, and I was thinking, oh my God, how
Well,
horrible are we
you
as
sent
as
it
a
to me on
society?
Sunday, I think.
Oh, was it? Okay. So
Yeah.
we were in conversation about it, and then like as I'm walking, I'm thinking, how horrible are we as a society? We, i.e., meaning me, because I was talking to
Yeah.
myself, that I would play a game as sleeping or dead if someone could possibly be dead. But that's what makes it so good because there's a 50% chance that someone could be dead.
It is New York City.
So while I'm like contemplating like this whole morality clause in my mind about it, I walk by, I'm walking socks, and I see like at the corner there's this deli and they have like chairs and tables set out there. And I see this woman and she's like, right, like just totally head down. I
Now,
couldn't
was
see
she
the
on a
face.
bench or was she laying on the sidewalk?
She was sitting on a chair at this chair table thing.
So she was slumped over, sitting, or
Yeah,
was she
but
laying on it?
she was sitting. She was sitting almost
Okay.
like she was looking at her phone, and then it just all went away because I saw like when I was walking by, I'm like, oh my god, that would be a great picture to demonstrate this game because I saw like her wrist was really limp and she was like holding the phone but like dead-handedly. So I wanted to double back and get a picture. And when I doubled back, I noticed like EMS, the ambulance were pulling up.
Yeah.
And I thought, again, how horrible because this
Well,
is.
the fact that she was still sitting upright and not like falling over, it had to be like
She
drugs.
wasn't like upright. She was like,
Oh yeah.
you can't see the full. Like, I'll take a picture. I'll have Ray take a picture of me, and I'll show you what because I showed him
Okay.
exactly
The actual pose. Yeah, because
exactly
the
what I saw.
video, you didn't want to stop. You already felt, I could tell the guilt because you didn't want to stop and like film the lady. So you were kind of walking by doing this, but it didn't get a clear picture, so I
But
couldn't
she was
tell.
already standing up at that time.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And I had heard like as I'm trying not
All
to
right.
like be a horrible person, she was like, no, no, but thank you. And like you could tell she was just like fucked up. But yeah, I thought about it. I'm like, if I go and I'm like that person, like, ooh, after just saying that how horrible I should
Yeah.
feel, I don't know. But anyway, so that's how it came about because we saw lots of instances like that. Like once I think like we saw someone and we really were like, we'd be like, I think this one might be dead. They were on the street. They were laying on the
Yeah.
street. So, you know,
Yeah.
there was a box that like had been unfolded like cardboard to lay on. So I'm like, okay, they could be a deep sleep or are they dead?
That's
So,
true.
um, but yeah, no, it gets real. So it's
Yeah, when I visited you and we were walking up that little, I don't know what you want to call it, the walkway next to
when we were walking by
the
the water,
Hudson, I guess. Yeah, by
the
the water.
esplanade. Uh-huh.
Yeah, there was someone asleep on a bench with a ton of people walking by, and it was like not an issue that someone would just sleep laying down on a bench. And then we pointed and thought, oh, this is one of them. Um, so yeah, they're everywhere over there. Like you
That
just don't know.
once I was walking stocks, and this was like maybe a year or so ago, and like on this like public bench in the nice like Battery Park City area, like where all the businesses are, someone's laying flat on this bench, and there was like newspapers like from like waist up. And so like I'm like, okay, so is this person dead? And then I look and like they had like slacks and like a nice pair of shoes on. So I'm like, is this a suicide? Did this person just get fired?
Oh,
So
yeah.
but then that just made up another category. I never really checked, which I guess that makes me bad, right?
That's fine.
I mean, I can maybe direct somebody to do it. I just don't like, I don't like
It's not
involved.
like, yeah, it's not like you're gonna find it on a news channel or clipping or whatever. Because I mean, how many deaths in New York a day? I mean, you're never gonna know,
And
and
then
half of them
like,
don't get reported. It's
with
not
this
news
COVID
anymore.
thing, like I don't really want to be tapping and hey, are you
No,
alive? Right. So it's just easier to leave
that's a
that
dangerous
50-50.
game, and that's a dangerous game in itself, COVID or not.
Poking the
Speaking,
homeless.
yeah, the homeless poker. Yeah, that's not good. Now, speaking of dead, oh,
Mm.
did you have to do
No, no,
something?
no, no, no. I'm
Okay.
fine.
Um, Alex Trebek died
I
over the
know.
weekend.
80.
Yeah,
That
I
was
know that
sad.
he had pretty aggressive cancer for like the last 6 months or a year.
He had the
And
pancreatic.
yeah, and that's like the worst out of all of them. Because they said that's the most commonly one that spreads throughout the body type thing.
Yeah, and it's like
It
very hard to
metastasizes.
treat because it's like a hidden area. So by the time it's found, it's already like out of
Yeah.
control. So
The
that sucked.
I read it was just weird because I just read an article last week about a contestant that just like won money on there.
Oh,
Like he
oh,
won an
oh, the one
episode.
that's
He said that he learned English by watching him and his dad, and he gave him a big thank you. And then like 4 days later, he was dead. I was like, what?
well, that
That was
wasn't.
kind of
It was recorded.
yeah. Well, fine. Yeah,
I
true.
think the
But
29th they said was his last, but nonetheless, he was
yeah,
important to a lot of people for many different reasons.
and a man with a healthy lexicon.
Yeah, I mean, because he
I
was
mean,
able to compete on
he
Jeopardy. I don't think I could.
they said that he came up with the majority of the questions. Like he was had a hand in making each question. So he was apparently a very, very smart man.
Well, yeah,
Mm,
that was sad. I was surprised to see that, but not surprised, surprised, but not surprised because in the beginning, like they had said, like he was doing really well or something, and
yeah,
so I thought
it goes back and forth. It's
it's
a
like a
sad, sad thing.
yeah. So that was very sad. Um, I saw
And
like a lot of celebrities had their like photos with Trebek
oh yeah,
and like giving their tributes and whatnot. Um, I saw a picture like of Anderson Cooper with Trebek. Anderson, I love me some Anderson Cooper. He's so cute. Today in the news, he apologized for calling Trump an obese turtle on his back flailing in the hot sun. Like
holy moly,
a heavy worded apology,
go
Mr. Cooper. He said it, and I thought, oh, that's highly descriptive and really funny. And then, like today, when I saw the apology, I'm like, he has a kid now, so he wants to have it on record to show his kid that he ended
yeah,
up
that's true.
apologizing.
Yeah,
That's the only reason. But it
that is
is,
funny.
it's very funny.
I found out something new about Mr. Cooper.
And what's
Did
that?
you know when he was in college? I don't know if it was when he was in college or when he just left college. He worked as an intern at the CIA,
I don't know why, but I
which,
believe that.
yeah.
I feel
Oh,
like
that could
that's
have been a great just kidding news. Damn it.
yeah. See,
I
need to be
just blew
writing
it.
that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
whatever.
right.
Well, that's a
Yep.
perfect example. Thank you.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. That's good.
Keep a
Yeah,
notebook.
so just to tell the viewers just kidding news because there is technically a mini podcast on YouTube called Just Kidding News. It's got a
Oh,
bunch of
this is
Asians on
just
it.
kidding news or not.
Right.
There's a
Okay.
difference.
There you go. Right.
Okay. So
Right. There is a difference. Where one of us will come up with a news story,
come up
maybe
with,
real.
see one, embellish on one, or create
Yeah.
one, like anything that you're like, oh,
Maybe
that's what,
real, maybe fake, and it's up to the other to guess. So
just
we
like
will have
your,
our first episode or our first installment of Just Kidding News or Not on Wednesday. So
I
that'll be good.
think um, the example I gave was I saw a
Yeah.
story that it was Jack Nicholson grew up believing his mom was his sister. Just kidding news or not. And
That's
it was
insane.
yeah. So it's stuff
Yeah.
like that, like you have to, you can't really like actively search for it. You have to see something, be like, the fuck, and whether it's true or not. Like if it's something that's like, okay, then like take note. But
You know what's funny about the
what
whole thing?
what?
I always get Jack Nicholson and Jack Nicholas confused. I can't remember which one's which. I mean, I know one's the blonde golfer who's old and one's the actor. I just can't. I always get there which one's name is which.
I see.
And when you first texted me that,
You're like
my
the
first
golfer.
thought was the golfer. I was like, either way, like that's too crazy to even make up. It's got to be true. Like, who thinks of? that. But yeah, that's crazy.
But like
That
Anderson
that
Cooper, like I
explains a
would have
lot of.
said, CIA, and then he became journalism. I don't know. Like I would have thought it's
Well,
very
he had a
possible.
famous. The conspiracy theory says because his mom was so famous, why would he even go to the CIA? Like that makes no sense. Like, but apparently it was true. So
All right, and I see that as a truth because he looks like a very smart guy.
yes,
He's very
and
well
you know
put together.
we need gay spies too. I mean,
What?
really, we need gay spies too.
Absolutely. God
Yeah,
blessed.
right.
So
Because you
maybe.
never know
Oh,
what the operative.
what if he
Oh,
is in the CIA?
well, that's the thought that
This is his whole
no,
cover.
no one really just does an intern and then decides to walk away and not have anything to do with it anymore. Like most people want to keep progressing.
Ooh.
So that's one
So
of the
maybe
things is
that's
that he
where
could be a silent operative, if you will, and
and that's
he's the
why he
one spouting.
apologized.
Yeah, he's putting misinformation out there to the world,
I
uh,
see.
type thing because now he has a position of power.
A fake
That's the
newser.
conspiracy theory, but who
I see.
knows?
All
Yeah.
right. I think when this
Yes.
whole debacle is over with this presidential race, I think Donald
Well,
Trump is he's totally gonna leave like upper deckers in the White House for Biden. Like I just feel like that he's gonna be like,
yeah.
I'm not conceding, but bitch, this is what I'm doing.
He's gonna like sit naked on all the couches and rub his ass into all the everything.
And
Yeah.
just send videos later.
Because the debacle is over. He can't. There's nothing he can do. Even Fox was saying like he can try to sue, but it seems like every single lawsuit he brings up gets thrown out immediately, and it's
Correct.
it's like 4 out of the 5 states went in his direction. So it's not like he'd have to overturn pretty much the last 5 states to even have a chance to win. So
So our country as a whole must acquiesce.
oh, I see what you did there. You did that. Bam.
I did. I slipped it right in. Isn't that a nice word?
Yes.
It sounds like
Yes.
an aquatic spa, but with backed science.
So I was thinking of the best synonym for
Okay.
this word. And the first word that came to my head, I don't think is the perfect one. I was to say to submit, but I think the best one is to concede. I think
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
the closest synonym, if you will.
Or like reluctant, accepting,
Yeah,
like, all right, like one of those, like,
yeah.
fine.
God damn it!
Fine, you
Fine.
win, but you suck. Yeah.
Yeah,
Acquiesce.
I
And it's
like
got
it.
like a nice flow
Oh
to it.
no, anything with a Q in it is always it's
I
a
think
top tier word. Yeah.
as a whole, yeah, that's
Any 10 letter or 10 number letter from like Scrabble, if it's in the word, it helps. An X, a Z, a Q, those are always going to be good words.
remember I text you like that 46 letter lung disease caused by inhaling volcanic ash. I don't even know how to say that thing, but it took up like a line and a half to write it.
Yes, through text, which is
It was
ridiculous.
it I can't even I mean, it was like new ultramic cross volcanoiosis.
There you go.
I have that. So
Imagine a doctor having to tell you that.
what are you saying? Tell me, help me. Um,
You
yeah.
can even go home and WebMD that because you'd be like, yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, I don't
I'll just have
I
to
would
take his
not.
word for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I believe you. I believe you. I'm never going to be able to tell anybody what I have. May you write this down, please. I'll just
It's lung volcano disease. That's all I'm gonna say.
yeah, I inhaled some volcanic ash, dude. Basically is what
It's what it
happened.
is. It is
Then
what it is. I,
pneumococcal.
I acquiesce.
um, I was going to tell you also that
Yes.
have you seen or heard of Miss Ariana Grande's new song 34 plus 35?
Oh no, but I've already
I've
cracked
already
the code.
done that
I've
quick, man.
I've cracked the code. Is it
She is
dirty?
a dirty little girl,
Oh my
and I
God,
think
she
you'll like
definitely
it.
is.
But I'll give
Is
you
there a music video?
there is. I'm going to give you three. I
Oh.
wrote down three different things, and then that will. One line is, "I've been drinking coffee. I've been
Ooh.
I've been eating healthy. You know, I keep it squeaky clean."
So her anal cavity is nice and clean.
Left up to interpretation. You must listen to
No,
the whole thing.
coffee did a number on me this morning, so I know exactly what she's talking about.
You do.
Yes. And it's odd because when I first think of 34 plus 39, my mind doesn't go directly into
34 or
eating
35.
ass. Yeah,
Mhm.
34 plus 35. Yeah. My mind doesn't go straight to eating ass, but
Mhm.
apparently to her,
I
oh,
guess it ends
it's
up
right.
there.
Well, it's your nose is there at the
It's like,
worst. So, yeah,
like
either way,
it just got
yeah.
messy.
Yeah,
So
either
yeah,
way it's going to be there.
you have
So,
to go through those lyrics. I thought it was very funny that she was talking about a squeaky clean butthole.
that's fantastic.
um,
I
so
knew
yeah,
from I shouldn't finish that sentence.
I know what you're gonna
Yeah.
say.
But yes, that's
Since she was very young, right?
no, I was like I've known from an early age, or I know for a long time that she was going to be a dirty, dirty girl when she
She's
played
got
that
that
cat chick, that redhead chick. Yeah,
when she was a youngin. I mean, she
young
still
and
is, but when she
victorious.
was
Yeah,
illegal, then,
yeah.
um, but yeah, I
Well,
saw
God
that, and
bless
I'm like,
Ariana Grande.
yeah,
Now, I can't even imagine what the music video is going to be. Like, is she going to be on all fours? Is she going to be on her back? Is
that is for you to find out.
this yeah? There needs to be research involved in this.
I mean,
Yeah,
I looked it up and I saw like maybe like a screenshot. I didn't need to sit through the whole thing to get the
I
point,
do.
but
I
you
need to
do.
make
Yes.
sure. Yes,
Yes. So please double check that for
I
me. Make
shall, and
sure I
I'll report back. Yes,
thank
yeah.
you. And then you could maybe let me know how the video was. So,
Wow,
yeah, that's a nice way of saying
that makes me
it.
happy. Oh, here's another bit of news. You probably, I'm gonna guess you don't know who this is that I'm about to name. Um, have you heard the name Belle Delphine?
No.
Okay. She is a internet famous person.
Okay.
She made the news a few times. One was when she sold her bathwater online. Did you hear about that? So she's kind of what they call an e-girl, where she's like a video gamer kind of girl, but hot AF. She's British, but we didn't know because she never used to talk in her videos. And she used to put bizarre YouTube videos up of her like kissing an octopus or taking a milk bath or something weird. It was like something really bizarre, but she was so attractive in it. And it made you go, what the fuck? That it was kind of like it made you want to look at more or figure out what the hell.
Made you
But it
want to
was
look
kind
at
of
more.
like performance art
I see.
with this scantily clad girl. Then she dressed up like a video game character from a video
Oh
game called
no.
Overwatch, and was sitting in her. It was kind of like in a thong. She was in a bathtub, splashing around in the bathtub, and then she would take these little jars after she was splashing around half naked in the bathtub, fill up these little jars of bathwater, and she sold them for like $39 online, and she sold like 1,000 of them within like 5 minutes, like instantly online,
You better start
and that
taking baths online. I don't know what to tell you.
right. So that made a huge amount of news. Then she announced that she was going to start a Pornhub page
Okay.
and a Pornhub account, and she released like 20 videos at once,
I bet
and the world went crazy. And it's like Belle
the
Delphine
world
plays
released that once.
well, like every video is named something provocative, like Belle Delphine plays with her pussy, and you click on the video and it's a 20-second video of her playing with her cat. Like, so there was no nudity in all of them. She just trolled everyone because everyone was dying to see what she looked like naked. And every single video was basically like bring your hopes up, and then when you actually click the video, it was like the double entendre of her doing the other thing that it could be construed as. And the internet went nuts, like all pissed off because she kind of like played a joke on everyone. I think
Right.
it was, I believe it was on April Fool's Day of last year.
Oh.
Anyway, she had kind of disappeared from online because her Instagram got taken down because she had already had like within a couple of months like 15 million followers, something ridiculous. And for whatever reason, Instagram deleted her account.
For selling
And
ass water, maybe.
maybe, and then, trust me, some people, yeah. So
Do you own a jar of said ass
I
water?
don't. No,
Okay.
no.
You wouldn't
I
do
mean, what
that,
would
would
you
you?
do with it? Yeah,
I don't
no. What are you
know.
going
I'm
to drink? You wouldn't
asking.
drink it. You wouldn't
No.
jack with it. So,
No.
yeah, I don't get it. But she did say that she actually did, like, every jar she sold was really of actual bath water, that it wasn't just like her in a tap filling it up. Like, she actually did it. But,
That
um,
legitimizes it.
yeah. But she was just on a podcast a
Yeah.
week ago because she had been like disappeared from online for like a year. Apparently, she has an OnlyFans now, which she's like killing it on. Um, you know what
Oh, so
OnlyFans is?
it's like a
It's like a
subscription, right?
Patreon subscription for like porn type stuff,
Yeah.
where she does her own stuff and she controls her own little page, and you pay anywhere from like I'm sure like $20 to $100 a month or whatever to get whatever.
Oh, I'm
Um,
sure.
but
Do you pay?
no, no, I've never done any OnlyFans, but she's never been completely naked, apparently. Like she's never shown her cooch or anything like that.
Mm,
So she'll do very sexy pictures, like boudoir pictures or lewd pictures, but nothing completely nude.
right.
And on this podcast, they asked her like, "Have you ever considered doing porn?" And she said, "Well, I had considered it in the past, but it was never really the right time, and I wasn't sure if it was something I wanted to do. But I'm not ruling it out." And then by the end of the podcast, she basically admitted that she agreed to do it and she signed a deal and it coming soon. So very, very happy with that because there are so many. The one thing that I got excited. This is the
You're
the
so
old
like
man perv in me. The old man perv in me. There's one thing technology has done that
that
will
has
make
sullied your.
me happy. Well, because growing up as a teen, there were so many in early 20s, there were so many like movie stars or famous people, like a handful of them that would be like, oh, I'd kill a human being to see what they look like naked or to see them doing something dirty. And you know that's never going to come out. Like Britney Spears in her prime, not when she was 16, but 18 Britney Spears.
When she
Um,
looked 16.
Jennifer Love Hewitt in her prime, all these like people, I'd be like, oh, that'd be amazing to see. And it's never going to happen. So they
You
did.
sound so sad. Like
I
it's
am. I am.
never gonna happen.
That's never going to happen. You have to come to terms with that, and
Hmm.
it sucks. But now they have deep fakes, and that's kind of. I mean, I don't think they've made them for that, but not yet. But that's that software that allows you to seamlessly put someone else's face onto like a porn.
That's
And
bad.
apparently, the software is so good that it's like imperceptible. The two most popular ones when it first released were Maisie Williams and like Arya Stark and the redhead. What's her name? The other
Uh,
Stark.
the one that married the Jonas.
Sansa. Sansa. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I can't remember her real name right now, but like, yeah, those two
Sophie.
were like the ones. Yeah, Sophie Turner. Um, and I did take a peek, and some of them were pretty good. You're like, holy shit. So it's almost the best of both worlds. the girls don't have to actually do anything, and it's not their bodies. Yet
Right.
everyone else can have their fantasies fulfilled. No harm done.
No
No harm, no
foul.
foul. Right.
Exactly.
So I thought that was kind of cool. So
That's very
maybe one day
inventive.
we can see all the people that as a child we
Uh,
wish we could have seen can actually happen. Technology one day before I die. That's all I
Technology.
want.
Okay. All right. We'll put that down.
That's
Uh,
that's the perv in me that's like, oh no, it's a good thing. I'm sure they would disagree.
Technology can have such good benefits, like you said, like getting your dreams to eventually come true. But did you
Right.
see what friggin' Kanye gave Kim for her 40th birthday?
No.
Okay.
Okay. Deep breath.
It was a hologram of her father, who has been dead for like 12 years.
Oh.
It is by
Did
far,
they show it at all?
yeah. Yeah, of course they did.
Oh. Yeah, because
It
why do it if you can't make a
Right,
media thing out of
exactly.
it?
If you're exactly. So like
Was it of the OJ trial? Was it like of him like, getting a killer off, or
no, but
they probably
you'll
took
have
home
to,
movies type thing and did that.
it's
Now, did he speak to Kim and them? Like, did
he
he give a
did.
message?
Yes.
Oh my God.
It's I can't do
Uh,
you want me to tell you or do you want to experience it yourself? Because it's
I don't know if
really
I could see that.
I saw it
I
and
don't.
I had a friend of mine watch it and we were like it was disturbing. It was disturbing, strange, like all of these uncomfortable things mashed into one, and you're just like,
I'm kind of. I mean, I don't know if I'd really want to watch it, but I would say it probably costs a pretty penny to have a company do that. Number two, I when I think about it, I don't. I'm like split 50-50 on it because I'm sure he thought he was doing something really nice, and I can see how it could be something really nice. Like
wait till.
depending on the mind frame of the
Mhm.
child that sees it. I mean, unfortunately, the Kardashians aren't the most mentally strong, but I could see how it would be like, oh, that's really nice. I got to hear like last words of my father or some words of encouragement or whatever. Did he say, "Oh, good job with the porn, Kim"? No. I mean, I'm sure it's something nice. And then the other part is like someone who had lost their dad. That could be very traumatic too. So I don't know how to take it, but please tell me now. I need to know because your expression is like
I can't. Like, I need you later in like a safe place to
just
watch
type
it.
in Kardashian hologram.
Okay, so
Okay, I'll watch it. I'll watch it. I'll watch it. It's going to be very uncomfortable though.
are you doing it now?
No, no. Do you want me to
Oh,
do it
okay, so
now?
do you no, do you want me to tell you about it or do you want to watch it
No, I'd rather you tell me about it
so you can be
if you
prepared?
can. Sure. Yeah.
Okay, so hologram Rob Kardashian is standing like I guess like on a stage or whatever,
So
and
hold
he's
on 1 second. Does so it's not in their home?
no, this was like at a birthday party
Okay, but then
for full
someone was filming it,
exploitation.
and the whole family was there, and the only one who knew what was going to happen was Kanye.
No,
Or
someone
okay, so
filmed
did
it. I don't know. It wasn't a. I think like they had it filmed because it wasn't like from someone's. Uh,
right? Do
they were.
you
You could
know
tell they weren't.
if it was just Kim there, or was his sisters there
No, the whole
too?
family. Everyone. It was her birthday party. They were all
And
there, and so
were all the Kardashians surprised, or did it seem like a few of them knew about it and were in on it, like
they
they
didn't
knew
show
what was going to happen?
anything. They didn't show them at all. You only saw
Okay, so you
like
didn't see reactions at all. You didn't see
her
reactions.
reaction. You only saw like when she typed out like the most thoughtful gift ever. We watched it
So it was
over
like
and
on a Snapchat, some bullshit stuff or something like
yeah,
that.
like it wasn't her face because I'm sure at first it was like, like what do you do? So her dad goes on to say like how beautiful Kimmy is and how he watches over you and the sisters and all the kids, and that he is a proud Armenian and that he is happy that she is a
And
proud
at the end, it's like,
Armenian.
and fuck your mom, fuck your mom.
And And
And that transvestite.
she's
No.
he's happy that she's going to continue the legacy and become a lawyer, which again,
To
um,
get innocent people off. Sure.
right. Yeah, she's getting people off, but
Well,
um,
yeah. She has done a good. I have to say, for all the negative things, she's done a good job of getting people who were proven innocent off on from death row
yeah,
that
I mean, use at
fought
least
for the
use your name
DNA.
for that.
She might have also felt maybe a little bit of guilt that her dad let a killer out, so maybe she should put some good into the world. But okay, yeah.
Well, and then so since the gift it came from the mental head of Kanye, can't forget to
Oh,
he
what did he say?
said Rob Kardashian hologram said that Kim married such an amazing, amazing, amazing like genius Kanye West or something like that. It's
Oh,
so like I'm telling you, like you watch it and at first you're creeped out, but then you're like, "Ugh, he just like wrote this entire script based in his own crazy head.
oh! It never occurred to me that the dad and he had a son that he named after himself. I didn't know there was a Rob Jr. I mean, I knew that Kim had a brother named Rob. I just
Ah,
never put together that the dad was also named Robert.
Robert.
Huh?
Yeah. He didn't say hi to Chris though. So he didn't acknowledge her,
Oh, of
but
course not.
you're right. She was like,
They were divorced when he died. So
um,
who cares?
I also think
Did he give a
that if
hello
her
to
dad,
OJ?
what's up?
Yeah,
No, that would be good.
it's like,
I thought that if her father was alive when her sex tape came out, I don't think we would have ever seen
yeah, yeah.
anything to do with the Kardashians. So part of me is a little angry that he died
The
because he
the
subjected
proud
this world to that.
yeah, the proud Armenian line wouldn't come out if he had seen the sex tape. Yeah,
Right. And he didn't mention that. He had to have seen
no,
that too if he saw her get
he's like
married
he's
and
all
have all
big
these
ups to
kids
Ray Ray, big ups to Ray Ray
for
because of
starting
him.
this.
This
Yeah.
all was because
Including
of
hologram me.
right.
So
You
he
know,
definitely,
yeah.
I don't know. It's
I saw
it's
this little meme probably like 15 years ago that said we can blame the Buffalo Bills on on the Kim Kardashian us having meet the Kardashians. It went on to say something like that there was another like there was another player that was available or something like that in the draft, and they were supposed to pick them, but at the last second they picked OJ, and then OJ had this Hall of Fame career, and while he was in Buffalo, he met Nicole, and if he got picked from any other team, he would have never met Nicole, and if he never met Nicole, there would have never been the murder trial where the Kardashian became famous defending him, and if it wasn't for their dad becoming famous, we would have never seen Kim because she would have just been another person with a sex tape that wasn't famous because she would have nothing to make her famous, you know?
right.
And then we would have never had the Kardashians. So they blame the Buffalo Bills.
The Buffalo Bills. Yeah, I will. I'll blame them too. I'll blame
Yeah.
them, Ray J, and everybody in between because it's just been too long, and I hate them.
Yeah, at
They're
least the guy who
annoying.
did at least the one who did the Paris Hilton video that leaked. I mean, at least that came and went within like 2 years.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not an ongoing thing. Although she just came out with like a movie slash documentary about her, and I haven't watched it, but apparently it
Hmm.
was all about her. I don't know, having a traumatic childhood, and
Yeah.
maybe did she get like
Being,
diddled when she was a kid or something like that? I don't know.
I don't
It
even
was
know if it
something
was
weird.
that. It was like verbal abuse at her boarding school. Like, come on, who wouldn't? It's Paris Hilton.
You're a billionaire child. Who I would totally take my parents verbally abusing me if they had billions of dollars
No,
and you
no, the
led the
school.
life you live.
The
The
school, she's
school?
saying the abuse that she had like at boarding school was, I think, of that. Like
So?
verbally abuse. That's what I'm saying. Like if you were working at that school, wouldn't you have verbally abused her just because? Like that's
Yeah, because you know she was probably the same person back then when she was just like, whatever. I'd be
yeah.
like,
So they
oh,
were like, you know
smack the
what?
shit
Fuck
out.
this bitch. Yeah. So I think that's how the
And is
story
it?
goes.
I feel that again, if you there are kids that are picked on every day in school and they're poor. I
Yeah.
mean, she she comes from a billionaire family. Like I think she can handle it.
Yeah. Buy a new school to go to. What you know? I don't
Yeah,
know what to tell
yeah.
you. So,
Get the best psychologist to do whatever, and then or
yeah.
the best hypnotherapist to make you forget everything as a child, and then
Right.
you
Like,
can
why are
just
you
keep going
telling me?
forward. Yeah.
Exactly.
Why are you telling me? Yeah, yeah.
Work
It's
this
kind of
out.
true. I don't know this whole idea of airing your laundry in public if you're famous. Like you have to tell the world about everything that's gone wrong
Because
in your.
yeah, somehow it
Is
makes
it
them
because
what
they
more
feel guilty
real.
because they've got more money than everyone and they have to feel like, oh, I've got problems too. My
Yeah.
maid missed a spot on the
Yeah. That
floor
really
and we
pisses
had
me
to
off.
beat her. Yeah, yeah. I didn't
They had
want to
to,
beat her. She makes me do it.
I saw that grain of quinoa from like 3 feet away. Okay. She deserved
So
to be
bad.
beat.
Ugh, whatever.
Uh,
I know everyone has problems, whatever. It's fine. But it's a lot easier to deal with those problems when you have $1 billion. Just
totally.
saying.
Yeah. Like you never, yeah. Anything you need, you have your, someone did
Yeah.
it for you. And it's not like when you're a kid, there's like the things you want are readily available with that kind of money. Like you're not wishing for like a jet. You just want like whatever when you're boarding school age. And I don't want to fucking hear you complain about it. Give me a break.
I do have a quick update.
Okay.
I got through another few episodes of Wentworth,
Okay.
and B um, made a shiv, a knife, and tried to kill Braden in the
Mm-hmm.
visiting section. That just happened. And then Samo got upset that she was used. And then
Mm-hmm.
B's been fucking with her head and had a guard tell her that, oh, she was making out with Braden or Samo's daughter was making out with Braden in the parking lot. I think they were going out, and she's about to go to Thailand. So now she's like, all right,
Save your
give me the
daughter.
name.
Yeah. She's
Yeah,
like, I couldn't
because,
save mine. I didn't know. Yeah.
but then Skippy or Spence or whatever her husband's name is, I can't remember, um, had said, you're the one that's supposed to do the hit on B. And she's like, why don't you just fucking kill Braden and get it over with? And then we won't have to worry about it. And he's like, you're fucking talking crazy. And now, so she's kind of like torn. And then I
Because,
fell asleep, I think, after that episode, but it kept playing on my iPad. So the
okay.
season's over, but I think I have to go back and watch like the last two episodes or whatever,
All right.
rewatch them. So I
But
will be into season 3 by tomorrow. So
it's it's very good though. Wouldn't you say?
it is. It is. Um, a few disturbing things. Boomer's blowing a dude for coke for Frankie, or for heroin for
Yeah.
Frankie.
Yeah.
Um,
That's
uh,
Gabi, I
Doreen
believe.
is, yeah, some gobbies. Doreen is banging one of the dudes
The
in,
prisoners or whatever.
yeah, yeah. But once he finds out, this is my guess. Once he finds out what she is in prison for, he's going to be pissed because she kept avoiding the question, wouldn't tell him, and then he said he has a daughter. So something's going to happen with that when it comes out, whether it be he finds out what she's in for, or she finds out that he was like molesting his daughter or something. It's got to be something weird that has to do with that. That's going to cause a break in there. Is my guess. Um, and what else? Oh, the Ferguson's just fucking around. I think Ferguson's the one that broke in Will's house and stole Fletch's journal
Mm.
because we
Joan is
know that.
fucking crazy.
So I don't know, like they haven't said anything yet, but it made it look like Will broke in and stole the journal and Fletch went in and broke into his house. But since everyone knows that it wasn't any of those people, who else besides Miss Ferguson knows that information? So it has to be her, or she
That's the
has
one
someone doing
thing
it.
like that I say with this show, that I've just got a little bit of conflict with, because so there are criminals in jail. And when there is
But
like,
the guards are just as criminally active. Like, it makes no sense.
the thing is though, like when someone's like, no, that's how it happened, I swear, they're like, okay. Like no one's like, how do you know?
Yeah,
Everyone,
right.
like, on the first try, no one never questions it. Is that an
Now, is that
American
how it
thing?
is?
I don't
Yeah, is that
know. Because I was like,
is
bullshit.
everyone that trusting in fucking Australia,
In
where you're
Australian
believing
prison,
prisoners?
to
Yeah.
on the first answer. Like, come on, it's at least
Well,
until three.
also,
They're telling the truth.
like, also, like, they let a child in the jail to stay with
Yeah.
the mom. That was weird. The fact that um, May, the original governor in the show, um, got murdered. The husband standing over the body, B sitting there with blood all over her shirt and her hands, and she goes, "It wasn't me." And he goes, "All right, fine. Well, I need to find out who did it." Like, what? You're in jail. Why wouldn't I think it's you? Like,
I
how?
know that
Yeah,
that happens throughout the whole show. So I finished
yeah.
season 8 and I'm done with it. Season 9 will come out next year and it's the final season. So,
Okay. Well, I'll be
but
caught up within a month, I'm sure. So,
it definitely is something that every time, like something like that, when someone thought this is the way it happened, they were like, no, they didn't. This is what, oh, okay.
oh,
Like,
thanks
yeah.
for telling me.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, that's how, okay, yeah.
that's
Like,
what the
very,
investigation is.
we're so
Yeah.
trusting, right? We're like, okay, that's how it happened. No, that's not like, and then it's the other thing is like, give me your word. Um, word.
You're a
Like, what the,
prisoner.
yeah, like,
Yeah.
what's your word? You're telling me what you've done and your word me. Like, what? It's just a
Yeah.
saying at this point. Like, so, I mean, I guess
And I still
things
don't
are,
buy the whole Frankie's a badass thing. If they just, I think they got the wrong person in the role. Because every time she has that shit-eating smile, every time that someone's like Frankie, and she's like,
I see,
wow.
I thought you'd like her.
I mean, she's hot, than everyone. I think she's only hot because if you
She,
compare to everyone else in
yeah,
prison,
yeah,
she's now there is one. Um, oh, here's the other thing. There's which I figured out right away, by the way. I caught this because it was the old switcheroony tactic where they uh, they Simo tells B the Holtons or whatever the Holts put a hit out on you, and she's like, who is it going to be? And she's like, I don't know. And then all of a sudden, three new girls come in, and one is a man, a transvestite. Which, by the way, love that character. The guy's awesome who plays it, and it's like a perfect job. Um, so
you talking about
far, I think,
Maxine?
yeah. So
I
far, love
love,
that character.
I love
So
Maxine.
I know.
You will
Now, of
grow to
course,
totally heart
oh,
her too.
I'm already in Camp
It's gonna
Maxine,
only
like
gonna
right off
get,
the bat.
it's only get, like when the Grinch, how his heart grew, it's
Yeah,
only gonna get more from there.
the first episode that she was in, I loved her. But they have like, they get off the truck and it's like a dude who gives that menacing look, and you're like, ooh, is it him or her? And then they show this really scared girl who's like, oh, is she putting on an act? And then there's one coming out with crutches, and I'm like, it's totally something in the cast. Like, right off the bat, they put all the effort and all the looks on those first two. And I'm
Yeah.
like, how easy would it be to put something in the cast? And then when something happened with drugs, they're like, you need to x-ray her cast. And she's like,
Mm.
she's fucking crazy. And then they didn't x-ray the cast. I'm like, oh no, it's definitely her because I know it's definitely in the cast. And then, of course, in the shower, for whatever reason in that scene, it shows her taking like a 3 hour shower because it's like a fast forward thing where
Uh,
she goes in the shower and then all of a sudden like 30 women finish their showers and leave, and she's the only one left in there still showering. Um,
that,
and you see the little thing, the little bit of gauze go towards the drain, and then underneath like a cast laying there, and I'm like, I fucking knew it. And then she
knew
comes out,
it.
And then, of course, Maxine to the rescue. The other girl, the scared one, uh, has like is basically a guard fucker because she is like starstruck with every guard, with Will, with Fletch. She's just
She's
like, oh
creepy,
hi.
right?
She's like, hee, hee, hee. Yeah, she's
She's
like an
got like
Asian. She's an Asian
Allison
schoolgirl
Mack
for every
eyes.
guard. Yeah. Oh
She was
yes.
like, it's like
She's starstruck.
disturbing.
Yeah, starstruck from every guard. So I don't know what's going to happen with her. She's going to try to probably fuck every guard, and then something's going to happen there. Maxine, it's great because I love Frankie's like, we need to get one of them, and Boomer's like, I am one. Wait, so and then so
I like
she's trying.
Boomer.
She's trying. Oh, I do too. Um, and there was a sweet moment because Frankie was ignoring Boomer. Boomer felt really upset about it, and that Frankie was kind of going gaga over Maxine and wanted to get her on her crew. Maxine is saying that she's too smart because she refuses to, but they're still joking about it, like, ha ha ha, I saw through it, blah, blah, blah. She's like, oh my gosh, you're smart. And then I'm like, it's kind of shitty that Frankie has kind of abandoned Boomer just because of that and how she threw her back out trying to lift shit and whatever. Um,
Hmm.
but it was nice when she did pull her aside and saying, hey, I miss you. I want to hear about your sister. And then
Yeah,
it showed like a picture with like candies and a letter on her pillow. So I was like,
that's
all
all it
right.
takes.
So Frankie, I guess, does care, but I don't know. I think that's fake still.
She cares
I'm not, I'm,
secondarily. Like if it
yeah,
doesn't benefit her,
I'm
then
not a
it's like
Frank.
okay.
I'm not a Frankie fan. I might have been a Frankie fan if she was more believable as a badass, but she's like 105 pounds. She's always got that smile on her face. And the only moment where I kind of
Right? She does like
cared, yeah, the only moment that I cared about Frankie at all was with her dad.
hmm.
When her
I
dad
thought
came to visit, and it was like, you left, like, he's like, I couldn't handle your mom. He's like, oh, but you thought an 8 year old fucking could. And obviously,
yeah, that
like, the
was
mom abused her and that whole thing. And the dad was really trying to make, and then she said, you know, I waited all this time to fucking hate you and meet you to tell you out, but you're not even that person anymore. Now you've changed. Because she's like, I wanted to hate you so bad, but now
good.
you're
Yeah,
nice. Like, fuck
right.
you. Like, you won't
And then
even
she
let me
was
hate you. And then she got beat up or whatever, and then she got put in there, and she goes, I want my dad. And then she held her hand, and she goes, that's all I want to get the fuck out. I never want to see you again. And I was like, that's kind of fucked up, but like, whatever. And that was like the only episode where I kind of felt a little for Frankie, like you kind of understand her past. But then she does so much shit that I just really hate her. That's not like, there's not enough redeeming qualities. And that smile or grin makes me want to fucking punch her in the face every time I see her.
she's
But Maxine so far has been
unconventionally
great.
attractive though, I would say.
Yeah. Oh no, she from the neck up. She's got that badass rocker, punkier type good
Just the
lookingness
rest
to
of
her.
her.
It's just the personality that I don't like. That's
All
it.
right.
And as much as I am a perverted old man that is shallow, if you have the looks but you're
You
just kind
have
of a
to
piece
draw a
of shit,
line somewhere.
right? And it's I'm not.
It
Yeah,
starts in
and that
women's prison.
yeah, it stops and ends it with Frankie. So
Okay, all
so
right.
far that's what it is. So I'll keep giving you updates every week or every episode as I go through.
Last
Yes.
night we
Yep.
started on Netflix. We saw episode 1 of the Queen's Gambit.
That was the next one I wanted to watch. Apparently, it's supposed to be
It's
really good.
oh yeah, it got 100%, I think, like on Rotten Tomatoes. I don't know, something.
Wow. There's only a
And
few of those. Yeah.
um it was like on a top list or something of what
It's supposed
everyone's
to be a true
watching.
story of like the top rated woman in the history of chess.
Oh, really? I didn't
Yeah,
know
it's
it was
supposed to be
supposed
a
to be
true
true.
story. Yeah.
But at first I had to be convinced because I'm like, it's a nerd movie about chess. I don't want to watch it.
Right. Yeah.
But he's like, no, just give it a chance. They said it's like really good. And by the end of it, I was sold.
The in real life, I think she was rated
IRL.
the highest that she was ever rated was like ninth or eighth in the world, which is there was never a woman in the top 100, much less top 10 ever. So at one point when it was like Gary Kasparov and Bobby Fischer and all them, it was like after that, I think, when she actually rose the ranks to Grandmaster. She was, I think, the only Grandmaster
Now
woman
that's a
or up there.
title.
Yeah, and she was like, I think her highest rating was like eighth in the world. I can't remember her name, and the only reason I know it is because, um,
Elizabeth something,
yeah, I don't
or in
remember.
the movie it is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Was it an actual
So
movie or was it a TV show?
it's a it's a episodic.
So have
So I
you
saw
haven't watched
only
the whole
episode,
thing yet, have you?
just saw episode one. Yeah,
Okay,
I don't
all
know if
right.
there's like six or eight. I'll have to check. But I
Well,
like it.
I'll watch it today. Tomorrow I've got a long day and it's gonna suck. So my entire day tomorrow is gone.
The
I'm
also
driving for. Oh, go ahead.
HBO The Undoing. I like it too.
Oh, I haven't seen it. Oh, tell me
If
what
you
you thought
want,
about the end of Nexium.
it's exactly like what you said though. Like he gets arrested, but you've got to like follow
Yeah.
up.
Well,
So it
I
seems
had
as though
read
he got charged and sentenced like 120 years,
100. Yeah, I read
but
that
the
on October
others,
23rd. On October 23rd, he got sentenced, which was just literally a few weeks
I
ago.
hope they're branding his asshole.
But apparently, Allison Mack changed her plea from not guilty to guilty and is getting
Oh, I
40
didn't.
years.
40. Yeah, I read about that. And then the
Imagine being a movie star or a television star with tons of money and then having to do like 40 years in prison.
yeah,
Like
because
that's
it's
the rest of
sick.
your life.
And then that other the woman that I forgot her name. Her I don't know if she got
Oh,
sentenced yet, but a lot was held up because of
Sam.
COVID, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah. She was the prefect lady, right? The second in charge. She was the other one.
Ugh.
But I thought there was a couple of them that came out that
There's
was.
a
But
few
yeah,
there's a
that's
few
crazy.
more, but I know it was like 120 and I heard about the 40 and then it just kind of trickles
Well, the
down.
other crazy thing is that I don't have stars, so I'll find it online. But apparently, there was a second documentary about the exact same thing um, on
You keep
stars.
talking.
Okay,
Mhm.
and it was from the point of view of the Dallas mom, and it was from the point of view of her daughter because
Oh,
her
the Catherine
daughter,
Oxenberg.
yeah, what was the daughter's name? Like Hope or it's some fucking
India.
hippie
Mhm.
name. India, yeah. Apparently, India was one that helped make that documentary. So there were two that got released at the same time. The other one was called, um, I can't remember what it was called, but it was another Nexium documentary that got released at the same time as the HBO one, but it's on Stars. And it
I'll have
was
to look.
India. And India was the one who kind of helped make that one. And it's basically her saying that because we saw in the HBO one how even all the way up to the end, she was just like, "Fuck this, I'm going down with the ship." And you really didn't get a whole lot of closure on that
Yeah, yeah,
because,
exactly. Because
but
it was kind of
apparently the
still
other
ongoing.
documentary, yeah, the other documentary, it basically says that she got out, she's fine, she realizes now everything that was going on, she can't believe she was tricked. And I actually saw a Good Morning America interview with her on YouTube where she's sitting with her mom. They're
Oh,
really
good.
close now, and she basically said, "Yeah, it took me forever to realize, but now that I see what was happening, it's sick and gross, and I can't believe it happened."
Do you know
So
the title?
no, it's on.
Or
It's
just
if
look
you
it
just
up
type
on
in
Stars?
Nexium documentary, it's on Stars.
All
Um,
right,
if you just
I'll look
Google it,
at that
it'll
one.
come up. Yeah, so that's good. And what's the HBO one? Because I know we're coming up on an hour.
The Undoing.
No, is that the one I keep seeing ads all the fucking time? Oh no, wait, that's
Nicole
Netflix.
Kidman and Hugh Grant.
Okay,
It's it's good so far. I mean,
is
they're
it a
releasing one
thriller?
every
Is it a
week.
drama? What's it?
It's a little
Don't
of
give too
both.
much away.
Hmm.
Like The Outsider was amazing. That was one of the better ones that HBO did in a long time. You've seen
Did
that
you
one, right?
see? Yeah, Pretty Little Lies. by chance?
No, I've never saw that one. I know that was
It
because
was
I
like
always thought it was a chick flick, but it's
it's
because
not
they had Reese
really.
Witherspoon. But yeah,
There's like
um,
domestic abuse, so you'll be fine.
yeah,
No, but
that'll be fine. Um,
it's
yeah,
like
as long
that. I
as
think it's
there's
from the
yeah.
same. So it's written very well and it's put together well so far from what I've seen.
Apparently, on I think it's been on. I think it's when I was watching Wentworth, so it might be a Netflix doc. But it's this. I keep seeing or a Netflix show. There's I keep seeing ads, and I can't remember where I'm seeing it, but it's got to be. from Netflix because I haven't been watching commercials anywhere else, where it's like two girls go missing and the cop, like, it's two girls driving in a car and they pull over because the truck's behind them, and the girl's like, roll up the window, and she's like, we're fine, and all of a sudden the window smashes and it cuts to like a detective saying, I heard there's a couple girls missing, and it's like this crime thriller thing going on, but I don't remember what it's called, but that
Oh,
was
you
going to
have
be
to tell
next on my
me.
list to watch. Yeah, it looks good because I'm waiting for another new detective or another show like The Outsider, which by the way was fantastic.
I know,
I
and
thought
like now that
Jason
Wentworth,
Bateman is an amazing actor and an amazing director because he wrote and directed that. It
love
was
him,
based on a Stephen King book, but yeah, he's amazing. I love Jason Bateman.
good
I
guy
just hated
indeed.
the fact that he was only in like the first two episodes of that show, but that was a fantastic show. But I
Yeah, he
need
did
something
well.
like that.
Yeah, I don't know if it that one was.
But I need something close. That's all I'm saying.
It's good. Yeah, you'll be fine.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So, all
Um,
right, we're coming up on
yeah. I
the
guess that's it.
aura.
The aura. All right. Tomorrow,
So,
I'm driving 14 hours for 10 bottles of beer. I know.
by yourself?
Well, I did it 2 years ago by myself, or 3 years ago by myself in like 2017 or 2018. I guess it was 2018. And I swore to myself I'd never do that again,
Is it for
and
that
I didn't
black
do it
beer
last
or
year.
something?
Yeah,
Okay.
and but one of my niece's husbands, not the one I'm living with, but the other one, the one that has a newborn, was like, "I need to get out of the house. Do you mind if I come?" I'm like, I'm literally driving 7 hours to Munster, Indiana, picking it up and literally turning right back and driving 7 hours back. He's like, I'll go. We can take my car. And I'm like, okay. So
Okay.
that way, it was the main thing was because on the way back, last time I did it, I was falling asleep and I actually had to pull over at a rest stop and take like half-hour naps because I was literally doing that thing when you're driving and you kind of do this and you wake up and you're a mile further down the road. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm
Oh,
going
wow.
like
At least
80
you
miles an
realized
hour.
it.
Yeah. So, it's like,
All
this
right.
is
So
too
that's
much in one day.
tomorrow.
Yeah, so I'll have an update on Wednesday,
Okay.
and an update on some more shows because today is going to be catching up with Wentworth. I'll probably
All
watch
right.
first episode of The Gambit, and then yes.
All right.
All right, sounds good. Have a great
Speak
day. And
to you.
if you've made it this far, and I know you haven't, hit the fucking like button, hit the fucking like button,
Someone
and
has
leave a
to like
comment. Leave a shitty comment, like really, like I
the
want to give us what.
shittiest you can think of.
Yeah, make some garbage fucking comment about how much this sucks.
Yeah.
Because that's all I care about.
Mhm.
Because we're garbage people, so we'll appreciate it. Yay!
Yeah. We look for dead people on benches. Come on.
That's true. Yeah,
You know,
that's
like
true.
we can't be redeemed. So hate us. We don't
No,
care.
yeah, that's fine. Bye.